and he's got a chapbook available called Some People Go Crazy, and we really do, don't we, buddy? Pimp it.
$5.
I don't like much dudes. What are those Clippers doing? Ask. Oh, no one in there.
We're going to shave your head after this.
No, not me. I just ate for the first time today. Feels good. Food.
Yay, blood sugar.
Blood sugar. Anyway. I was hanging out in my friend's apartment the other night, and I met this girl that was best friends with this girl that used to come to a poetry reading that I used to host in Toledo, and she died of a heroin overdose. So it just made me think of her. So I'm going to start off with this one. Misty in the key of Bob Kaufman's Sheila. Cast down a punk rock heaven with black wings, read lewd caustic poetry to dirty old men drinking cheap beer or wine as she bled her soul. Reflected eyes of serpents, empty at last.
She is gone in the streets of Detroit. She is gone, and she bought her death. She has gone into a file to be filed electronically. She is gone into still tattoos on flesh. She is gone with unpublished manuscripts. She is gone in boots and street clothes. She is gone, dragging unnoticed aspects of us all. Fly the flag. The winners are waiting in boardrooms.
It's a newer poem. Got a couple newer poems. I always read newer stuff. This is called The Little People. Is that funny, Brian? Is that funny, Brian? The little people. The little people they write, in little rooms they write. Who knows if anyone will ever read it or even get it? How many poetry grenades have you drank? Who knows indeed? That cat man of East Toledo, maybe he knows. That tomcat, I heard he had a stroke. What about the homeless one that used to shake on my efficiency floor as he slept? What truths had he seen? Or that mad poet of West Philly? What truths had he seen? Bobby Lodes screaming poems from a stage over a raucous noise in punk rock heaven. We're all buried in poverty. That's what I see. What truths indeed? I've seen brilliance lingering in the shadows of obscurity more times than I'd like to mention, and for every time, it still lives in me. And it fills me with so much rage. There's so much blood on the man's hands. There's so much blood in these politricks. So much blood he could never wash it off. The blood of little people, writing in their little rooms. But the man's hands are all bleached and whitewashed, and besides, with reconstructive surgery, they can make Frankenstein look sexy. And they do. Why Rimbaud quit writing. I heard this last Saturday at Automatic in Toledo. You can shout it out. The words may not even seem flat. You can act and overact a poem, and while you're at it, you might as well act like a poet, even though we all know you haven't written in months. Recycling works wonders in everyone's dream these days. You can con and hustle, behind the scenes, circle jerk this as the image / cyberspace / hashtag what can you do for me at otheramericandreams.com. You can bring the heat. I'm still not full from a lack of substance. You could scream obscenities to the sky, underlined by your uncomfortable and obvious innuendos. You could throw clever wordplay. You could be a rock star. Hollywood's a dump anyway. You could be the next Kerouac / Bukowski / Idol / image / whatever. Hashtag what can you do for me at otheramericandreams.com. just drop their names a lot and always mention Ginsberg. You could be nothing. Zen poet, man. You could be anything. Didn't your parents tell you that? Alright. This is for Scott Weinberg, who died about a year and a half ago. Scott Weinberg has gone to that eternal jamboree in the sky. Jesus Christ came back from the dead today, that eternal zombie. He started telling the rich to give to the poor. A Republican street gang crucified him. They said the blood would trickle down to the poor. Now they have tea parties on the ground that he bleeds on, sponsored by Fox News. Slayer does the weather report because every day it's raining blood. Michelle Bachmann confuses between Easter and Christmas while decorating for the tea party. Turn off the TV, it keeps trying to sell me religion, nationalism, psychology, and everything else. I'm starting to get the feeling it has its own agenda. Scott Weinberg has gone to that eternal jamboree in the sky. S.A. told me he's riding shotgun with the gods somewhere out there. I just hope he doesn't need a bathroom break. I've just been numb since I heard 15 hours ago. I was driving the Toledo streets yesterday with his post by my side, remembering him at the Steak and Shake. And if it's possible, the streets looked that much darker yesterday. It could be because it was cloudy, but I don't think it was. I knew it was because Scott Weinberg has gone to that eternal jamboree in the sky. It's part of a new manuscript that I've been working on. I actually submitted it somewhere. And Michelle recently published it in Citizens for Decent Literature. This is the tale of a Jewish princess. Jewish American princess. She used to give me blowjobs, speeding down 995, running my fingers through her hair, Lake Worth to Deerfield. She would swallow every drop, then kiss me with a lot of tongue. I was doing my best to keep the car on the road. What was worse was the long drive home alone, thinking too much, just trying to stay awake. She was a real Jewish American princess. Her father, a pretentious professor, had showed her the gun as he put it in his car, said he would shoot me on sight. I guess those vows between us were good for something. Yeah, I'm going to read a couple poems from this book. Some people go crazy.
They do.
Citizens for Decent Literature Press. I want to thank Michelle McDaniel for publishing it.
Give us a spirit from the...
It was a ghost.
Yeah, it's a ghost.
It followed me from the art center.
Exactly.
It's called Butterfly Woman. There are butterflies dying. She says they see a lot alive. Her daughter just keeps finding them. She takes pictures like a burial. She says it's not beautiful because they're dead. But it is. She agrees. She says that maybe the heat killed them. I'm thinking maybe some prophecy. I think of her, this butterfly woman. Tattoos inking pale flesh with color like butterflies, lying dead on the ground. Alright. This is the title of the book. I'm going to read this and be gone. Yeah, everybody clap.
Yeah.
Alright. It's called Some People Go Crazy. I was reading Man's Sexton. I thought you were sending me signals. I've known you too many times. I've seen you. Beautiful and mad, burdened with the weight of motherhood. Once a junkie, always a junkie. You always seem to find me looking for kindness, your poetic soul soothed. I have seen the devastation from these quiet storms of simple economics. I have seen the kindness in their eyes, the aftermath of this ritual abuse. Some people go crazy. They just can't help that. Forgotten by almost everyone, the things they'll do for attention, even though you told me you shouldn't do that anymore. I have seen how wounded they are. I have tasted their pain. I don't like the taste. Who does? They call her slut, scapegoat, and martyr when things go wrong. And believe me when I tell you, they will go wrong. Michael Roller, it's a little tiger. Ow! Wow, man.
Fucking with my mic stand and shit. Yeah, I like high maintenance small press poets. Yeah.
You certainly like yourself, sir.
I like myself a lot. Every day on the internet porn, but I digress.